Welcome back, Duelist. Casual Duelist here. Couple of quick updates before I get into today's speed duel deck. First things first, I recognize I didn't do an upload on Sunday. Life is a little bit busy sometimes. I do hope that you guys will forgive me. We are going to be taking at least one more week off of the giveaways, and the reason for that, my father-in-law, who I live with, and my mother-in-law also live with, both have a touch of the COVID, and I don't feel proper sending anything out. I've tested negative. I'm due for another test later this week. I would not feel right sending anything that may be a carrier for that to anybody, and so please respect that, and that'll be cool. Third thing, it's a Drago. Guess what came in, buddy? Everybody else, prepare yourself for a very aggressive ritual deck featuring the Crab Turtle as one of our two boss monsters. That'll be sometime during this week. But today's deck, let's do a little thing on that. So, ever since Battle City released, we got 3 copies of Reinforcement of the Army. I've really been wanting to build just a toolbox warrior deck, and today's finally the day. So, get into it real quick. Obviously, Speed Duel, we're going to need our skill card. So, we're going to choose the best skill card in the game right now. This is going to be another Inner Conflict build. So, that's okay. Getting into our main deck, we do want to use 1 Amazoness Sage, 2 copies Amazoness Spy, and 2 copies Amazoness Swordswoman, and I promise those ratios will make sense when I discuss this after. We do want to use 2 copies of Charging Gaia the Fierce Knight, a single copy of Don Zalu Golduya, and 2 copies of Jinzo to round out the monsters in your main deck. For the spells, we want to play 2 copies of Bashing Shield. You never leave home without 3 copies of Book of Moon right now. Single Cosmic Cyclone, and 2 copies Reinforcement of the Army. Again, didn't have enough space to throw all 3, but if you're feeling fancy and you want to play a 21 card deck, knock yourselves out, add the 3rd copy, my friends. And last up, the trap. We do want to run 2 Zoma the Spirits because, again, we have to understand we're running Inner Conflict because it's the best skill, which means everybody's going to be running Inner Conflict because it's the best skill. So, better safe than sorry, and in a pinch, you could always flip it and tribute the monster Zoma for your Jinzo anyway. Moving over to the extra deck, of course, it's my favorite 6. I got the single Arcana Knight, the double Blue Eyes Ultimate, the single Senshi, and the double Thousand Eyes Restrict. That's pretty basic. And then moving over to the sideboard, I do want to run the single copy Kaiser Glider for its just beautiful mirror match plays and its ability to tear apart anything that's going to be playing as a pseudo monarch. I do have a 2nd copy of Cosmic Cyclone in here. I stashed both copies of Nobleman of Crossout over here, and to be able to touch that extra deck during game 2 and 3, we got 2 copies Waking the Dragon. So, guys, if you were just here for the deck list, let me thank you guys for number 1, putting up with the extra long intro today. 2, for stopping by and checking out the deck. 3, if this helps you, please consider subscribing, and definitely please tell your friends. Word of mouth is a great thing, and I think that's why we're growing so fast. And the most important part, class is dismissed. You guys could totally have a great day now. Please have a great day. And, you're still on YouTube. Go watch another video. There's literally hundreds. Everybody else, let's talk about it a little bit. So, anybody who's new maybe doesn't know what Inner Conflict does, so we'll just cover that real quick. You activate this skill during your own main phase. Once per duel, you can pay half your life points to take control of one monster your opponent controls till the end phase, but that monster cannot attack directly this turn. Another beautiful thing about that monster can be tributed. This is essentially a 1-turn change of heart, and again, part of the reason for that is this version of the game, the Speed Duels, really tends to try to emulate not only Duel Links for the mobile devices and the computer, but really wants you to feel like you were a part of the anime. And again, Bakura's favorite card was the Change of Heart. So when we do this, we want to take the monster, we want to go for game. And again, it doesn't say that the monster can't attack another monster. It just says that monster can't attack directly. So again, we could just take their monster and backslap something else. Of course, if they have Jinzo, we can take their Jinzo. That would be fine. The applications are endless. And the reason why we say that we want to play Zoma against the same skill card is Zoma's effect, okay? Because if you've already paid half your life points, or your opponent's paid half their life points, any monster that's about to destroy Zoma by battle is pretty much going to write the end of game receipt for them. Moving over to our monsters now real quick. We'll just put the inner conflict over there. We got the one Sage. Now, I did put in a 5-card Amazonas engine, and I do think that this works rather well. The Sage, not terribly strong at the 1400, but that's average for Amazonas cards. At the end of the damage step, if this card attacked and is still on the field, target one spell or trap the opponent controls and destroy it. So we can attack a monster, any monster, and as long as we survive that, even if they have a card like Zoma, we can destroy Zoma by effect and then not by battle, and kind of skirt the whole taking damage. And it's great for helping clear back row, and this is the reason why I was able to get away without playing Breaker. And again, highly searchable because level 4 or lower warrior card, which is great. Doubled up on the Spy. Now the reason for this is you can reveal another Amazonas in your hand, and note it doesn't say it needs to be a different name. If you started with 2 reinforcements of the army and you also started with another Amazonas, you could put both Spies in your hand from this deck and reveal the same monster twice and summon 2 Spies. Now, we don't have any double tribute monsters, but this is one of the ways that we can also put Jinzo on the field turn 1 and really start going around and start swinging fast. This does definitely add a certain level of speed to the deck. The other effect of this, you can only use this effect once per turn. When this card is destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, again, we're not going to use this much. Target an Amazonas in the graveyard with a different name and return it to the hand or shuffle it into the deck. We don't really use that effect. We're here for the special summon. And of course, Swordswoman, another great game ender. When your opponent would take any battle damage you would take from battles involving this card. Let's say you accidentally wipe your opponent's Waking the Dragon. This deck has an immediate out. You just summon and swing right into it. And again, they're going to take, again, Blue Eyes Ultimate, 4,500. They're going to be taking 3,000. Chances are you've already dealt 1,000, or they played a Cosmic Cyclone because that's real common. 1,000 damage is nothing. And again, we can play multiple copies of this card. So crazy cool. We are using 2 Charging Gaias. Again, we can normal summon this for a 1,900 beater. And again, when our opponent is going to use Book of Moon, because again, Book of Moon is one of the best cards, almost starter staple level in the game right now, we're looking at being able to reset his stats on the flip back up. So it will end up becoming a 2,300. We do not need to regard the remaining effect of adding Blackluster Soldier from deck to hand if this card is tributed, because we're just not going to do that. Again, the 1 Dawn Zalug. I do believe the 1 is all you need for this build. And again, the Bashing Shields are going to bring up the power level of everybody in the deck. When this card inflicts battle damage to the opponent, you may activate one of the following effects. We can either take 2 cards off their deck, or we could take 1 random card out of their hand, and I prefer that first one, the taking cards from the hand. I realize I read them out of order. I prefer doing that, limiting the opponent's options. The more aggressive you play, the less options that they have, the less likely they are to rebound. And again, I'm running 2 of the 3 reinforcements of the army that we are allowed. And yeah, perfect. Just a really great tech. And again, with Bashing Shield, we can put our main man here up to 2,400. You could also double stack the shields and take them all the way to 3,400. So that is not bad. That is excellent. And of course, you got double Jinzo. We want to make sure that we get the traps out of the way just as soon as possible. This way, we're only playing through spells. Moving to our spells. The 2 copies of Bashing Shield, again, equip only to a normal summoned or set monster card. It gains 1,000 attack, and you take no battle damage from attacks involving it. So again, this is just going to help you get your cards like super huge. Again, Books of Moon are going to help correct battle. Nice quick play. You'll set it, they'll swing, you'll book it. You can take out Jinzo if you need to use your own trap. You can book their Jinzo. Be able to summon up Zoma that way. Another way to wiggle out of your opponent's inner conflict. Just all around great card, and as soon as a ban list appears for this game, I do expect Book of Moon to like 2 or 1. I expect Reinforcement to 2 or 1. I don't expect to see any real bans, but I do expect to see a lot of cards like this getting limited. Cosmic Cyclone, even Jinzo, maybe even Kaiku, Breaker, all sorts of stuff. We do run the 1 Cosmic in the deck. Pay 1,000 life points, target a spell trap on the field, banish it. Again, Zoma, if it's our opponent's monster, does still count as a trap. And again, as a quick play, we can activate this anytime during our turn from our hand. So maybe you didn't set it there during the beginning of the turn. You go to attack, you use Inner Conflict, and they go, haha, I play Zoma. You're like, banish him. It's all good. Double Reinforcement of the Army, again. Add 1 level 4 lower warrior monster card from your deck to your hand. Very good. And the 2 Zomas. Special summon this in defense mode when you activate this as an effect monster. It's a zombie. It's a dark attribute. It's a level 4. It's 18 by 500, so it'll be at the 500 stat. Is still treated as a trap, which again, Jinzo will force it back into the trap card. Cosmic Cyclone will go ahead and banish it, and can do that even while it's a monster. Book of Moon will reset it. All sorts of fun techniques here. If this card summoned this way is destroyed by battle, inflict damage to your opponent equal to the attack of the monster that destroys it. Again, it's our gambit against another player playing Inner Conflict, but it is something that we also need to be aware of as Inner Conflict players. The extra deck, again, I'm not going to spend too much time here. Arcana Knight Joker is able to protect himself by discarding a card that matches the type of a card effect that's targeting him. Your opponent uses a spell to blow him up. You discard a spell, negate it. So on and so forth. Blue Eyes Ultimate, just the strongest monster of 4,500. Ryusenshi can deflect spells that target it and also cancel out normal trap cards when they're activated for 1,000 life points. And Thousand Eyes Restrict is one of the best switch-up plays, and also another reason that we want to be running those Books of Moon. If you book a Restrict, not only will it lose its equipment, it's also face down, so you can attack it just fine. Going over to the side deck, we do have the 1 Kaiser Glider. Again, it's our insurance policy. Most of the time, I will take out, if the first game didn't go too well, I'll probably end up taking out like Don Zalug or something, and just keeping the Amazonas engine going. And what's going to happen here is this cannot be destroyed in battle with a monster that has the same attack as it. So it's either going to beat it, tie with it, kill the other monster, and remain on the field, or if this card is destroyed and sent to the graveyard, and this doesn't have to be by battle, but if it is, cool, target a monster on the field and return that target to the hand. It's another great way to get rid of your opponent's extra deck plays and make them have to play out the resources to do it all over again. Of course, you could always put Diffusion if you really feel like Fusion is the thing. But being a monster effect with Spellproof Armor being a skill right now, I do believe the Kaiser Glider is, of course, the superior play here. The second Cosmic Cyclone for when the opponent's a little more back row heavy. The Nobleman of Crossouts when they're playing defense heavy. And the Waking the Dragon for when they go crazy after your back row, because, again, maybe they are playing the Inner Conflict and they want to get rid of your Zomas. This will allow you to force larger characters onto the field. Thousand Eyes Restrict can help stop their attack phase entirely. Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon. Again, if they've already activated the Inner Conflict, that would be fine to go into. Sort of a little double-edged sword, but it is good and it is what it is. So I did want to keep this one a little shorter. I did manage that. I do hope that you guys all enjoyed this. Please, my friends, stay safe out there, and have a great day. I've got some more decks to build. I've got some more decks that I'd like to show you guys this week. So I'm going to go ahead and get back to work, and you guys go back to enjoying the rest of it, all right? I'll see you guys next time.